What is up guys, Manga back for another video, and today is another top 10 video, and this one is the top 10 elites that Mega Construx needs to make, and not remake like my past video, this is make. Um, Halo has so many awesome elite designs, and I think that this is the perfect place for them to shine, and I think that Mega could really do a lot of these justice. So, let's go ahead and start off with number 10. Number 10 is the Osuna, and it is a pretty unique rank. It's a spy rank within the Covenant, and actually these guys are considered traitors now by the elites because they worked so closely with the prophets. And as you know, the elites aren't exactly cool with the prophets anymore. So this design is really unique. It doesn't really look like any other armor that we have in Mega Construx form, and I think that that really lends well to a cool armor set, and that's actually going to be something that leads a lot into these other armor sets that I'm going to be showing. And this one would be really great for a sort of spy diorama. You could have them undercover watching, and especially if they made a active camo version after a little while, I think that would do really, really well in dioramas. And I think that this mold could look really incredible, especially if they get all the details right, like those shoulder pauldrons and that little glowing color in the middle of the helmet. I think this could look really awesome. It's a detailed mold, but Mega's done really well with detailed molds in the past. Alright, number 9. And number 9 is the Elite Ranger. So they actually already have a version of this mold. It's the Halo like 4 and 5 Elite Ranger, and it has sort of the covered mask, and I think that that's a good mold. I really do like that one, although they haven't really made it in enough colors for me to actually appreciate it as much as it probably should be appreciated. But this one I actually like better. It has sort of a dinosaur look to it, and if you've actually seen some old machinimas, they use this mold a lot for characters. So this one's really cool. I think that it differentiates itself a lot, and you can have this in sort of a space battle type setting, considering that's what they're supposed to be. They're supposed to be fighting in low gravity scenarios, and so this would be really great for that. Especially, and this is honestly an important detail for me, it's that they include the jetpack, because the only one we have right there right now is Cessa Refumes, and that's just not enough. We need more so they can be flying in the air and fighting in space. All right, number 8. And number 8 is the keep word. And this is a figure that could really do well. It almost looks a little bit like the general, but those kind of back turning points, they make it look really interesting and unique. So I really like it. So here's the description. It's analogous in many ways to the honor guard. The keep words are often tasked with maintaining the safety of regions or regions Kaidan. So I think that something that is going to be in my future dioramas is having elites fighting elites in their keeps and stuff. And if you know a lot about Halo lores or Halo lore, keep is kind of a group of elites, and where they live is their keep. So I think that this is going to be an honor guard for an arbiter, and they could have this figure guarding an arbiter in a diorama, or not an arbiter, the arbiter in that diorama, and I think it would look really great. It still looks very ceremonial while also looking pretty tough. All right, number 7. Number 7 is the Seneschal, and here's what it says about the Seneschal. It's a little known of the Evocati Seneschal Order, but documents uncovered after the Covenant War have begun to shed new light on the true purview of the role. So there's actually not much on it yet. Um, I think if I had to guess, it's sort of an undercover unit, uh, probably some sort of religious sect. And I didn't exactly take the lore into consideration for all of these. Most of them I did, but a lot of them were just like, oh, this armor looks better than the other one. It should be ahead of it. This one looks enough like a I don't know why I like this look, but the rhinoceros look. I like the horns on the front. I think it makes it look threatening, and I think it makes it look really cool. The shoulder pauldrons are really interesting. They have sort of a sharp, robotic looking shape. I don't really know how to describe that well, but I think it's really cool. And I think that especially if you get more colors in this, maybe a black and a red mixed together, it look great. All right, number 6, sorry, and it is the Heretic Elites. I have no idea how Mega hasn't started making these, because look, we already have Sesarefumi. You might as well use the exact same mold and make more figures. They would have to recolor them, but I think that that's pretty easy. They recolor figures all the time. I think that they're probably saving this for some sort of Halo 2 anniversary tie-in, and right now Infinite's really big, so they're probably not going to do it for a little while. I think it looks awesome. It's that gold. You can have them fighting against the Arbiter and the Covenant, and I think it's just, it surprises me that they haven't come up with it. It's so cool, and it also has that jetpack thing. It's really cool. Hopefully they make the grunts as well, and maybe they'll be in some sort of Heretic set with grunts and more Heretic vehicles, because there's Heretic Banshees that actually look really cool. So I think this set has a lot of potential, and this is a set that Elite, sorry, that I'm really confident will be made in the future. All right, number 5. And number 5 is the Accord. And the Accord is, here's what it says, one of the first Sangheili combat harnesses primarily designed by human engineers as part of the Anvil Initiative. And if you actually look at this, it kind of reminds you of, sorry, what is the messenger god? You feel like he's flying around. It's really unique. It's, I forget what the god is called, but he essentially flies around. He has winged shoes. Anyway, sorry, my Greek mythology is not very good, but I think this figure looks incredible. Look at the leg pieces. Those would be some of the best leg pieces we've ever had if they actually, put in the work to actually make them look like that. They have these little wing-looking designs everywhere, including the helmet. He looks like he might be able to fly for some reason. I know it's goofy to say, but this is an amazing elite armor. And it's kind of the partner to the Helios Grill, because Helios Grill was worked on by elite engineers for a human armor. So really awesome. I think that's going to be great. Halo 4, if they Halo 4, Halo 4. Number 4 is the Field Marshal. And if you've played Halo Reach, you know what these guys are like. Um, they're really tough to beat in Halo Reach, so if you played it and actually beat all of them, congratulations. It's just a very good leadership role. It looks, in some ways, when you see it, you don't like it at first because it has sort of that bug look, but after you see it in game, it's just awesome. They look intimidating, they look strong, they look like they could take Spartans, and in the lore they actually do, and in Halo Reach they actually take them. So I think that they could do really well. They would have to make sure they get the right colors, because with the wrong colors they wouldn't look that good. I guess it's something with every figure. And I think that this um, Elite could be a really popular seller if they release them. I think that maybe in a future Halo Reach tie-in that they'll definitely add one of them. So this is another one that I'm really confident in that will be made in the future. So yeah, number 3. And number 3 is the Counselor. Um, I think that there's no one who sees this and is like, "Oh, this would be terrible." You could do so much with it. I'm always harping on about how I think they need to make a Counselor's Throne Room for as a set when Halo 2 comes back around, and this would be the perfect figure to add into that set. I mean, I know we want honor guards and I know we want more profits, but this would be an incredible figure. You could have, if tons of them, people would buy so many of them just to have a high council area where tons of them are just sitting around and looking at the profits and trying to, make decisions like they do in Halo 2. It's awesome. It has that really wide helmet shape, and I think that Mega would absolutely nail that. So yeah, I think this would be a great figure, and this is another one that I'm pretty confident, not as confident as the last one, but I'm pretty confident they'll make, because it has such a strong appearance, and you even can fight alongside them in Halo 2, so it wouldn't really make sense not to have them. Number 2, and number 2 is the Spec Ops Elite. The Spec Ops Elite, I don't think they even have them in old articulation. I could be wrong on that, but I'm pretty sure. And I don't know why, because it's an incredible looking armor design. It has this really sleek front mold, and that might actually be hard to make in Mega Construx form because the elite heads, the way they're built. But assuming they get it right, which I believe they would, it would look incredible. They look so sleek, they look so dangerous. You could have them infiltrating UNSC bases and taking out Spartans. I think that this just has so much potential. And those armor pieces, the shoulder pauldrons, look incredible. They're so sharp and they look uh, very predatorial. They look like they're going after something. And I think that that would do really well in dioramas. And I think that this would be another figure that would sell like crazy. They could just keep re-releasing it like they do with the Ultras, and people keep buying it again like they do with the Ultras. All right, and now we're down to number one. This one was really hard to choose, and it actually kind of came in last second. But it is the Blood Stars. Now, admittedly, I felt bad that this one is sort of a deeper Halo lore cut. You have to have, either read a comic or watched a YouTube video or something, and it's not just in the game. But the Bloodstars are a special ops unit. Uh, they work for the Covenant, and these actually turn against the Covenant and start working for the Banished because Atriox um, shows them that he's more powerful than the Covenant. It's a pretty cool comic if you ever get the chance to look at it. But they are very lethal. They take out really dangerous groups. But what's more important is these armor sets, and they have this really unique visor that isn't really that similar to any other elites. So they could have a really uniquely colored visor that would, you know, make them be able to make tons of different molds and tons of different things. And I think that if they made a Bloodstars battle pack, that it would be the most popular battle pack that Mega has ever released. I mean, if assuming they did it right, which I believe they would, it would be absolutely incredible. And I could definitely see them. Uh, no, I'm kidding. I couldn't actually see them doing that, but it would be incredible if they did. And I can always hope, can I? So anyway, that's number one, pardon me, of my top 10 elites that need to be made. And does not include named characters. I'm going to be making a series or a episode like that. But anyway, yeah, I really hope you guys enjoyed it. Please leave a like and subscribe. I worked pretty hard on this video. So please have a great day. And see you in the next one. Bye.